Today we got a preview for the Warhammer 40,000 Christmas Battleforce sets. These are sets that release every year around the holidays, and give you a major discount on some 40k minis. In this video, I'm going to give you a very brief rundown of what's in each set, and then we'll look at the cost savings. I'll have this in two categories. One is the savings if you bought full MSRP from Games Workshop, and the other will be if you bought it through a discount store that offers around a 15% discount. That is, buying each individual component from a discount store. We don't know the exact price yet, but 2 years ago, it was around $200. Last year, it was around $210. So I'm gonna guess $220 this year just due to inflation. Just remember, this is an educated guess. If we get the price later and it's off, just adjust the saving numbers to match the real numbers. Also, in the end of this video, I'll go over a point per dollar value and how many points is in each set. Not that this will really help you decide which one you would buy, just it's kind of cool to see a comparison of which one actually brings the most value. So the first team we'll look at here is Sisters of Battle, with Morven Vol, Cis Paragon Warsuits, 5 Sacrosancts, and a set of Battle Sisters. So to buy this set at full GW prices would be $320, so that would be a savings of $100. And if you bought all the components from a discount store, but paid the full $220 for the set, it would be a $52 savings. Overall good value, but if you already own the HQ and normally buy from a discount store, that does erase a lot of your savings here. Next up is Adeptus Custodes, with Trajan, 3 Praetors on jet bites, 3 Alloris Custodians, and 15 Custodian Guard, which is 3 bosses worth. This is $337, which is a whole $117 in savings. And if you buy it at a discount, it'd be $288, so that'd be $68 in savings. This is well worth it even if you already have the HQ, and since a lot of the Custodians look pretty similar, you could take the HQ and kit bash them into something else to use in your army. So if you're a Custodian player, this is a really solid set. For AdMech, we have Belisarius Gaul, 2 Castellan robots with their handler, 6 Cataphrone Destroyers, and 1 squad of their infantry. For full MSRP, that would be $310, which means a $90 saving if the price is $220. And for the discount stores, it'd be $264, so $44 in savings. If you don't need Call, this isn't a good purchase, honestly, and it's probably the second worst deal on the list. Not if it's bad if you want all of these models, like if you have your AdMech list planned out and you need all of them, it saves you money, just not as much as some of the others. So the Imperial Knights include a Knight, Preceptor, and a Pilot. This kit can be built several different ways. I'm not as familiar with Imperial Knights as some of the other armies, but I know it can be Candice Rest, which is one of the more popular options. And then it comes with 2 of the Heliverns and 2 Wardlaves for a total of $340 MSRP, so $120 savings. For the discount stores, they have it for $290 if you bought everything separately, so a $70 savings. Since the main Knight here can be built several ways, it's one of the more flexible sets you can buy, and if you're doing Imperial Knights, it's an awesome purchase. This is one of the better ones on the list. Next up we have Death Guard, which Mortarion is the main focus of it, and he has 5 Blightmore Terminators and 14 Plague Marines. More terms and Marines are good for any Death Guard list, but the value here really depends on Mortarion. The MSRP is $330, which is 110 savings, and the discount price is $281, so $61 savings. But seeing as Mortarion is around $150, give or take, so if you don't want him, it's not a good purchase. But if you're building Death Guard and you need Mortarion, you do save anywhere between $60 and $110, depending on how much you shopped around. So it's a really good way to get started. Like, one of my friends is really wanting Mortarion as a paint project, and is wanting to get into Death Guard, so I'm definitely going to encourage him to buy this. Thousand Sons has Magnus the Red, who may or may not have done nothing wrong, 3 Assaulted Sorcerers, and 20 Rubric Marines, for a full MSRP of $340 and a savings of $120. Or for discount stores, a price of $289 and a savings of $69. Just like Death Guard, this all comes down to if you want Magnus or not. If you do, the set is amazing and a great start to an army, but if you already own him, or just don't want him in your list and don't want to mess around with trying to resell, it's a lot of wasted value. You'd probably be better off just buying stuff separately. And we round out our list with 2 Space Marine teams. First off are the Imperial Fist. We have Tor, 3 Primaris Aggressors, 15 Heavy Intercessors, and an upgrade sprue. So I don't think 1 upgrade sprue actually gives you enough to do all of these models, but it's a start, it helps you out a little bit. So expect to have to buy more of them possibly if you actually want the upgrade sprue for everything. The full MSRP is $307 for a savings of $87, and for a discount store price, $263, so a savings of $43 if the price is $220. So if our $220 price is true, this isn't much of a savings if you're buying your models on the cheap side. You may save the price of 1 boss of Marines, or it might help you out getting those other upgrade sprues. So if these are the exact models you want, that's great. But if not, it may not be the best deal. You might be better off just actually picking and choosing what type of Marines you want. And finally we have Raven Guard. We have the Edgelord HQ, Librarian and Phobos armor, 10 Primaris Reavers, 2 Warsuits, 3 Eliminators, and I didn't include this on our price, but some transfer sheets, I think they said there's 3 of them. This would be an MSRP of $322 for savings of $102. And for the discount stores, that's $276 for savings of $56. This is all pretty standard Raven Guard stuff, so you'll probably be able to use most of it. Once again, if you have the HQ, that makes a big difference. But even if you do, this is still a decent savings if you'll use everything else, plus you get those transfer sheets. So for Raven Guard, in most cases, this is probably something you want to buy. So looking at the summary here, the full price savings range from $120 to $87, and the discount savings range from about $70 to $40. Once again, this assumes a $220 price, so if we figure out that's wrong, just adjust accordingly. Alright, so looking at our point values, the Custodians are by far the best with almost 1,300 points in this one boss. So these points range anywhere from the almost 1,300 down to around 700, or a little under. So it looks like Imperial Fist and Admech are by far the 2 worst choices if you're looking at actual point values in this set, with the Imperial Fist only having 675 points. Overall, some really good value here, but most of them are largely HQ dependent this year. I'll make sure to make a post once we actually know the confirmed price for each of these, like per region. I'll try to add Euro and everything else. Let me know what sets you're gonna buy, if any, and thank you for watching.